There you go. I think I touched things. Did I touch something? Okay. So, that's that working, but it still doesn't say why you can't see. It's doing weird things. It's saying really weird things to me. It's told me I'm muted now, but I'm not. I can see that I'm not. I didn't touch the muted thing. Twitch is being twisty, and no, I'm not. But my face ain't moving. Look now. Last time, this was I worked out exactly what this was. I had to go into here. I look at my audio capture and I change the microphone. Let me change it and change it back again, just in see if that will cheer it up, because like that's never fixed nothing before. And it's still not moving my face. Just goodness gracious, people, it makes things so difficult. I don't see why. I don't see why it's properties. No, it's not what I clicked on. I clicked on that. Thank you. Are you going to work now? It's just been dumb. It's there's a thing, and it's supposed to notice when the sound goes up, and I can see that the sound's going up, and it's doing absolutely none of it. And I could probably restart the stream and make it happen, but at the same time, you know what? We don't need me that badly, as long as you can hear me. Hello, Fusenby. I also note that that's not working. What the f***ing is wrong with everything today? No, Windows updates, you need to naff off. You're making my life hard. Speakerbot, why are you not speakerbotting? Why are you not... That's streamerbot. Why can't... That's streamerbot. Where's soundbot gone? There he is. Why are you not outputting where you're supposed to output, like you're told? Do I... can't remember how I did it now. For goodness sake. Volume mixer, here we go. I need that in there. Speakerbot. Where's soundbot? Why are you not showing me the speakerbot? Dear speakerbot. Speakerbot. You need to go to... that. Where's the test button? Hang on. Oh, I didn't hear shit. Well done. Oh dear goodness, it does make everything so wretchedly complicated. Voice, gate, engines, things, speaking options. It did this so easy before. It did this so nicely, and then it was all good. Now it's being shit. I know what I can do. Let me close this and open it again. When in doubt, restart. Alright. I mean, there's one thing to be not mentioning it and one to not actually do it. It's not speaking. I'm not hearing a single thing. Yet, I have sound in my ear. Let me try again. This needs to go to... Where's speaker bot gone? Come out of that. Nim, nim, nim. Why is it not showing? The app's running and it's not showing it, and I don't know why. How are you not? Okay, let's stream a bot. That's not what I want. I want speaker bot exit. I mean, it knows. I could have sworn in SpeakerBot there was an option to pick where the sound came out. I really honestly thought there was. Output device, here we go. Let's try that. And nothing's happening. Jesus Christ, people, it's nothing working today. I don't understand. Let me find, hang on. Definitely not doing its thing. Okay, so it's not going to read crap at me today. Well, that's really nice of it. That's going to make life harder. So I don't know if anything at all is working today, because clearly I'm not. My face is not. Oh, like 20 minutes later. Oh dear God. Well, it did say something in my ear, so I suppose I should be grateful for that. But that was not a British mail, so that suggests that that was like 20 minutes ago. So let's not get too excited about that. Let's do some work, eh? Let's give up on that. And while I'm at it, as I'm just going to sit there staring at you like a weirdo in the corner, we will change to this and drop me off the corner. There we go. Don't know whether the chat's going to show, because that might not be working either. Lord knows, it's going to be a mess, I think is the short answer. So today, Discord's not Discording. Twitch isn't twitching. SpeakerBot is basically having a meltdown. But on the good news, after 2 weeks of telling boss and network team that they have a problem, apparently after I went home yesterday and went to hide in my migraine, networks discovered a problem, and they finally basically said to the people who run the network devices, because our network team don't run everything. They sent out a thing saying, "Hey, we got a problem. Can you advise?" And got back, "Oh, we found a problem with it. It's all of your UK data is going out of the country." What? So they fixed it. Oh look, all the problems went away. I've been telling you that for since almost the middle of frigging May. Next time, will you just listen to me? But for those who are not on Discord, I'm feeling pleased because I have chocolate. I have chocolate because my neighbours are awesome. Now, Amazon, who did dumb stuff, and I'm trying to work out how and what is wrapped around what here, because this is a bit of a nightmare looking thing. There we go. I ordered some crisps, chips to the Americans, off Amazon, and when they arrived, I thought the box was a bit small, but looked at it a little bit later, and it weren't chips. They're peanuts. And I definitely didn't order the wrong thing, so I contacted Amazon, and they were like, "Oh, well, you can travel like 20 miles and chase around the country, because it seems to work that way here, and return them." And I kind of went, I can't, I can't touch it because I'm allergic. I can eat them if I wanted to, I just don't want to, right? And so I do feel slightly mean, but considering everyone else I know gets to keep like 600 quid's worth of cameras, and I promise you, if I bought so much as a single pin, Amazon, and it was something wrong about it, Amazon would make me return it, right? And so I did not feel entirely guilty when I told them that basically I wasn't going to be touching it to return it. And they went, "Oh, that's fine. Let me keep it," and refunded me. And I sent a message to my neighbours, and it was kind of like, "Hey, don't suppose you eat salt and vinegar peanuts?" And they went, "We love them." So I wandered over. Good, there you go. And in return, I got a ping. We've left a little chocolate on your doorstep. Now, you will notice I have consumed some. But this is why I love my neighbours. Gotta love neighbours who are nice, right? There aren't really that many of them out there. They seem to be a bit of a dying breed. And for some reason, once again, my camera looks drunk. I haven't moved the table further over. If anything, it's nearer that way than it used to be. So it should be more at that angle, not that angle. That's close enough. So yes, I am pleased with myself because, well, I gained, a decent chunk of chocolate out of it. I got a refund, so I didn't pay for the things. I did tell them I got refunded for it, so they're under no illusion that, I'm out of pocket. But I have given them, loads of peanuts, which give them childhood memories, apparently. And so, happy days. So I scoffed some on the grounds of celebrating the win over networks, because, there's nothing wrong all this time. No, we didn't change anything. Oh, except for the fact that you said you replaced it with some hardware. Well, yes, but this started almost the minute you did it. Oh, did it? Well, yes, if you read the messages, you would have known this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. So I am feeling pleased with myself, for I have conquered an enemy. Now, admittedly, only for today, but only for today. My co-worker's been on holiday, And when I told them that, you know, basically networks have finally admitted that it was them, this is what the problem was, they've had a good laugh. That's cheered them up while they were off. I don't know, well, we talk to each other a lot, as you all know, very well know. But I wouldn't normally bore them too much with work crap. But good news is good news, and you know, it has cheered them up, so it is the kind of thing that they would have wanted to know. I also looked after their stuff today, because no one else did, and so they're happy about that. So yes, it's been a day. I've spent a lot of day talking to people, and I'm a bit peopled out, really. Kind of done people now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my people meter is low today, but I'm determined to try, because I welshed out yesterday due to migraine, which has subsided today, which is quite unusual of it. So we are appreciative of that to my migraine. But I thought I would do my best to at least come and do some of this. Because as we said last time, even if you only take one step, this is still progress. It is still one step nearer. It may not be big, but every little bit does count. Did I add one last time? I did. Did one. But I failed. Something is not right already. For goodness sake, woman. I am useless. Everything seems to be going to crap in a handbag. And I'm not going to be remembering to look at chat half as often as I'm supposed to. Because, of course, normally it talks to me. But it's not. It's up and running. If I do that, yeah, status code unavailable, blah de blah de blah. Yeah, it's not doing the whole speaker thing, which is going to be irritating because it's so nice. I mean, not that I don't want to put in effort for you people, but it's so nice to be able to concentrate on what I'm doing and not have to look up to the screen. And yeah, it's not like knitting where I could look at the screen and knit at the same time or weave at the same time. This is I need to look at what I'm doing because, well, I'm a ham-fisted idiot, really. I mean, technically I don't, but it does help. So, we need to undo all of this, because somehow I've gone wrong already. Now, I don't think it's as bad as I think it is. But it might be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Dum here needed not to include these and put them out the way. One has to now put the pin in, so that there is a pair coming out between this pin, which is what I spotted. Now there are 4. Oh, there's my test message. Well done. Wow, you're really on ball, aren't you? Because I clicked it a few times. I did warn you it was 20 minutes out. So, to be honest, it's probably going to do more harm than good. Yes. Let's shorten some bobbins, because, hey, that's a thing to be doing. Sorry, I'm laughing because every so often it's going, this is a test message in my ear. From all the times I pressed test message and it seemingly did nothing. It's kind of going, hey, this is a test message. Really? Really? You're only just doing that now? Oh, goodness. So Google's also apparently having a day. So that's Google, Discord and Twitch. They're all having a bit of a moment. So, just to remind you, there is going to be a Monsters Memory stress test on Saturday. Now, normally, stress tests are short-lived. Occasionally, they have left them up and running. Now, the stress test starts at evening my time, which is fine, because obviously on Saturdays, the stream is considerably later. So it's not going to be the most obvious issue that we will have. However, if I'm really in the zone and the servers are still up, I will let you know if I'm going to wuss out on Saturday night. Well, I won't be wussing out because I'll be, well, killing things. You're of course welcome to join. Monsters and Memories is a great game. Currently, lovely bloke called A Loving Robot, or Sean as he's better known, is currently streaming and telling people about it. So if you're really interested, not that I want you to leave, but if I do so you can go and see his stream and see what he's up to, as they stream an awful lot of the Monster Memories as of what they do and their development process and things along the way. So I will be doing that, but hopefully it will finish prior to our normal rendezvous, and we will be here for Saturday night, assuming Twitch, Discord, and everybody else are in the mood, because you know. So yeah. Sorry, I'm listening to something and he's just said something silly. Sorry, I'm actually listening to A Loving Robot. And he said, we opened our kimono to you. And my brain's gone, what? It's alive. So yes, yes, so, but I hope you're all well. Put some of you in a stick to get rid of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, I need to make some more bobbins. We know that, right? Do need to make more bobbins. I still haven't put varnish on the ones I made last weekend. I just haven't got around to it. I mean to. It's not that I don't want to, but they're sitting just here. Look, 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 look. Here they are. Just off screen. I think I managed to sand one whole stick. Yes, I've sanded a stick out of the to be done pile. But I kept getting roped into this thing with the network. So now that that's died down, there is a better chance that I can sneak some stuff in and chill a little bit and maybe do a bit of that during meetings, because obviously if I'm the one doing the screen sharing, I can't do that. Because I had the repeatability options. I knew how to repeat it. I've been given the power. Because more of my test messages. Seriously. Really. As I said, it's like, I'm glad I am looking up occasionally at your chat, so, you know, it's not that you can't talk to me. It's just that, well, it's not going to speak in my ear for a while, and I guess another one. It's like having a rogue printer somewhere on the network and you print it and it goes, nah, I didn't do that. And about half an hour later, the piece of paper comes out and you're going, you said you weren't doing that. There's another one. I shouldn't find it funny, but having spent all this time battling over delays and lost packets, and this is exactly what it's been like. Oh, it's going nuts, because of course I went mad and clicked the button. I'm insane. I'm insane. You've seen... Oh, dear Caesar. Oh, goodness. How many times did I hit that button? Oh, there's Mika Testme's message way back at the beginning. So it did actually send them. Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, people. But the internet is basically broken today, it seems. To be honest, I'm actually going to turn it off, because if it's going to wake up like 20 minutes later and suddenly announce stuff, that is actually worse than streamer. I don't have... Right, speaker bot is gone. So I don't have it going to suddenly announce stuff that's like, you know, 6 weeks old or something in my ear. Okay, it's not quite that bad, but it feels like it in comparison to a conversation. I mean, to be honest, because there is a small delay between what I say now and what you hear, then there's the delay of you typing it, hitting enter. It was arriving in SpeakerBot. Now the SpeakerBot was pretty quick, but it still had to arrive in SpeakerBot and then get through the slight delay from using Bluetooth to my ear. So as a result, conversations were always a little bit stilted, and I know you noticed this because none of you are stupid people. But as a result of the slightly stilted conversation, it could be sometimes difficult because I would be responding to something. You'd then, someone would have said something, and now it's not clear who I'm talking to because, well, the conversation's moved on. But obviously in my side of the conversation, things I've said should have been heard, but you haven't heard them yet. And so it is a little bit awkward. But this is definitely amusing, given the fact that, well, now there's like a 20-minute delay, and that's just a bit much, that's just kind of, well, it's not 20 minutes, but as I say, in conversational terms, it might as well be. Be like if I walked up to you tomorrow and went, yes, Fred said so, and walked off, and you're like, what were we talking about that would make her say that? It's that level of, I'm sorry, I've forgotten what the conversation was about now. Oh dear. But today's been fun. Oh, good. Excuse me. It's also been really hot here. It rained quite a bit earlier, which has helped a little bit, but it's been quite hot and horrible, and I had my fence fixed, so the dogs have slept all afternoon because they got mega excited this morning. Because as we all know, or we all may remember, Rory has a bit of a bro crush on handymen, and they were right outside his window. Poor little Rory. It was a bit much for him. And she had to sing at them. That's reminded me. How did they disconnect their... They asked me to plug something in. So I did. They never asked me to unplug it. They just kind of ran away. Well, let me go and shut the window, if nothing else. Because that's a bit rum, because they didn't ask for it back. So that means they climbed in the window. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how they did that. That's a bit disturbing. But they did disconnect it and even push the window closed, so it's not too bad. But that was a bit weird. That sudden thought of, but they asked me, I had to open a window so they could pass me through a plug to plug in. And I just realised they never asked for the plug back. Well, so how did they get in? Because there was things kind of near the window, so they couldn't really climb through it. Fortunately, because I plugged it into a four-way thing, I assume they just pulled on it so it came towards the window and they unplugged it. But they're lucky it didn't unplug everything else, because it usually does. Yeah. At least, because I would have forgotten completely about that. It's kind of rude though. Could have said, you know, we've taken our plug back, but you'll need to shut the window, you know. Could have said. But I will say that they do a good job. And moreover, for a reasonable price. They did basically similar amount of work to what they did for me last year, when storms destroyed down the back of my fence and ripped the corner parts. Instead of being like a 90-degree shape, they've split apart like this, and technically Rory could have buggered off halfway around the county. And they came that afternoon and they did it, and I had 3 concrete kind of supports to strengthen and stop the post from wobbling, and obviously they put the corner piece back together. Well, this time I had 3 concrete things, and they attached the piece between the fence and my house back to the house and the fence. So it was a similar amount of work and charged me the same amount of money. So pretty impressed it's not gone up in the kind of near 18 months that has been since last time, because, you know, it's very rare that prices don't go up by a fortune. So kind of pleased with that. I mean, they didn't really have to provide anything other than a couple of nails and a bit of drilling, so everything, and obviously the fence post, but the concrete sporty things, but, you know, it's not like they had to provide fence or anything like that. So it was quite a simple job, really. Come along, dig a few holes, ram in some concrete duties, you know. working when there's technical shit going down, especially when, you know, I mean, I'm quite lucky in that most of my job does not depend on the internet for a lot of things. So, should the internet be half dead, as long as I can VPN in, I'm cool. But if your job relies on anything internet facing, it is just not funny. So, you know, people who work in hotels and all of that, last thing you need is all the moany customers because they can't do their thing. And yeah, I forgot to look at chat earlier. I do apologise. So, you know, but I do have lots of sympathy because, you know, working in IT is always usually the blunt end of the stick because you know, it's always got to be your fault, right? It's never somebody else's fault. It's always your fault. And even as a guide in my EverQuest days, which was, you know, a good 20 years ago, one of the things that so many people were really bad about differentiating were the difference between I can't get to your website or game or whatever and your thing is down. Just because there's roadworks along the way stopping you to get to your destination does not mean it fell off the face of the earth. And the number of times you get people in chat going, oh, I can't log into your shitty game, you owe me money, I couldn't because your game's down. Well, the 100k odd people in it kind of beg to differ. It's a you thing, it's where you are, it's your ISP, it's something local to you or your ISP, or it is not everybody, otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation. And obviously that was something else they couldn't understand, was that if chat was up, why couldn't they get in their server if the server wasn't down? Well, because the servers are not always next to each other. They're not all skipping around a data center holding hands. Sometimes they're held in different places, and you know, because it spreads the load. And well, chat servers are often central. Zone servers or, you know, or game servers or whatever are often more geographical. So, you know, maybe the zone, you know, the chat server was in America, but the server that you were on was in Europe somewhere. Well, then it's not the same roadworks. Unless it's the ones right outside your door, it might not be the same roadworks. Therefore, you might be able to get to one and not the other. I mean, I actually had it once where my own website, which was in Canada at the time, I could get to it, it couldn't get to me. Now, normally on the internet, if you know how to get there, you know how to get back. But you can be told otherwise. There are one-way streets on the internet. Not necessarily deliberately, but they can be. I spent ages with my internet provider, proving that I could get to it, it couldn't get to me, and they're kind of like, oh, I don't understand. Well, and then they eventually traced it down to a typo. Yeah. No. The other problem, of course, is when, you know, it like everything, it's like it always rains when you have a day off kind of deal, in that it's not always true, but it seems to feel like it sometimes. And, you know, it's the day that you've decided to have the day off and, I know, stay in bed and stream all day is the one day that streaming service is dead all day, you know. And you're like, well, crap, what am I going to do now? I'm going to actually have to do life. But that was not the plan of the day. The plan of the day was distinctly not to join in life and completely vegetise in the pit of whatever series you're mass murdering right now. And because let's face it, one thing that we didn't do so much of, I mean, we did it, but we didn't do so much of when we were all watching videotapes, was binge watch. You never sat there and got, I know, a series on VHS and spent like the entire weekend watching it. You'd watch a couple and you'd get bored and kind of go off and do something else. Now it's streaming, and all you really have to do is click go at the start, and maybe yes, I'm still watching every so often. You know, 6 series later, and you realise I really ought to have gone to bed at some point. You know, it does tend to happen a little bit more. So that's supposed to be a push downy pin. So we need you to push down the pins. That's right. Snoring puppy dogs. Fair enough, Flusen V, because, yes, you funny you should say that. Do pay attention to the tin that I keep my squares in. All butter shortbread. It was once, but now it's squares. But I do know this. It's actually in the UK. One of the most common ones is the big round ones. They're for buttons. It seems that basically everyone who's over about 60 suddenly wakes up and finds this massive tin of random buttons in a cupboard. Yeah. Because everywhere you go, anyone who's over 60's got one. Yeah. And if you see an old person, excuse me, I don't suppose you've got a button like this. And she go, oh yes, I've got some at home, darling. Come home with me. And she'll pull out this big tin of buttons and you're like, it could be a random dude. I mean, seriously, they will have a tin of buttons. Oh, yawn. Oh, excuse me. I think some of it is, you know how dogs yawn to de-stress? I actually do think that's some of it. Because I feel wide awake. I feel really kind of go. And then I yawn and I'm like, the fuck? You'll also notice that finger is a bit more finger-like today. So now it's been a couple of days, it's not so denty and angry. So it's feeling better. nemesis square. You're getting horribly close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we can do that. Hang on, I need to check something in my mail. Oh, come on, Outlook. Stop asking the server for it. You had a copy. Okay. Why did you check? I was getting some emails. Excuse me. More yawns. I do apologise. Do apologise for the yawning. Let me do that. Because I do genuinely mean it. I do feel awake. It doesn't help that it is warm, but I don't feel tired. But I clearly am. pops. Once again, I apologise that this has not been the longest stream of a lifetime, nor necessarily the most interesting, with all of the technical shenanigans going on in the world. However, I've had an eventful day, week, life, but we've done not bad today. We did the bit of cloth stitch, we did the triangle bit there, the cloth stitch there and the cloth stitch there in an hour and 40 minutes. So to be honest, we did quite a bit, because this triangle is the same size as this triangle, and it took us 2 hours to do that triangle and a little bit of cloth stitch. So let's not be pretending that we didn't do good today. Now we did. We probably could have done more, but I think for sanity reasons and the fact that I'm tired and don't want to overdo it, because it'll probably bring back yesterday's migraine, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to say thank you very much from the heart. I did have some chocolate therapy, and to be honest, it really did help. I know that chocolate is not a universally recognised name for things, but Cadbury's used to make really good dairy milk chocolate, and it was great. And then they Americanised it, and it was shit. Galaxy chocolate is one of the better over-the-counter normal find in the shop level chocolates, unless you go to like a chocolate shop, right? Galaxy chocolate is on Amazon and Tesco's and Sainsbury's and all of the other, major food stores here. So but it is a good thing, and it is a decent amount. Let's truly be honest, because when we were kids, 100-gram bars were kind of normal. Then they became 50. Then they became 30. And so to actually get a decent chunk of chocolate is a really good thing. So I don't want to pig it all. And so I'm going to go and put it away, because I'm currently looking at it. Because, well, it's still here. And I haven't eaten any more. But I am being a good girl, and I don't want it to melt. Not that it melting is a problem, because it's really nice. But I don't want to stare at it and just eat it because it's there, because, well, I'll do that. I could eat the rest of that now and not even bat an eyelid, but then I wouldn't have any for tomorrow or Friday. So I'm going to try not to eat it all in one sitting, which goes against every fibre of my being. And I am happy because I've had chocolate, because, well, chocolate makes everything better. Unless, of course, for some reason it reacts to you, in which case I feel sorry for your downtrodden, miserable life without chocolate. It's like a life without bacon. Now I appreciate there are vegans and that you have many things that bring you joy. But there is something about bacon. It's a bit like chocolate in that it can talk to a soul on a very different level. But a good chunk of chocolate is definitely a great and glorious thing. So yes, I shall be back, disaster willing tomorrow, and again on Friday. So I thank you for joining me. I hope I get to see you again tomorrow or very, very soon. I appreciate that you have come despite all of the fun of the internet around us. Night night to you all. And if I don't catch you again for a little bit, keep safe until I next see you. For there has been much grief in the world, and much unnecessary grief in the world, and what with plane crashes and explosions and fires, and one that was local to me. Now, it's a very minor one in comparison to many of the bigger events going on, but I mentioned this the other day. In the nearest town to me, someone set fire to a homeless man's tent with his dog in it. Now, it is alleged, before we all panic, that the dog is okay. How much of a lowlife have you got to be to set a homeless man's tent on fire with his dog in it? So, there are lots of people this world really could do with a bit of a slap. I hope your days are idiot-free as much as they can be, because, well, they breed, and no, they don't deserve the air they breathe, and frankly, that if you've ever seen the slapping championships, they need to be practice fodder, right? They need to be the warm-up guy, the guy that you slap to get your eye in, and even that's too good to them. Various nations have invented many torture methods over the years. We need a revolution to bring some of them back. We really, really do. By the way, as a small child, I invented some of my own. Maybe next time I will tell you. I think I might have mentioned them before, but I will tell you of the tortures that I invented for someone who disturbed our souls on a level that only she could. And it was not my mother, which is quite surprising. I never actually invented any of my mother, but they would apply to her too. She could be practice guinea pig, without a doubt. And no one would shed a tear. So, on that note, have a great evening, day, night, wherever you are. And I will see you again soon, I hope. Bye-bye, everybody.